Thank you so much for volunteering to let me remove your skull from your skin and the rest of your organs. I really appreciate it. And I hope that this experience is so good this time that you come back again. I hope it didn't hurt too much when I scalped you. Anyway, today I'm going to try and completely turn your brain off so that you can have a restful coma sort of situation. It's going to be deeper than a sleep, and I'm going to achieve that with a couple of speculative operations, the first of which is watermelon on the head. It should feel very cool and refreshing. As it slides around your cranium, it should make the inside of your head feel kind of fruity and sweet and hydrated. It is very difficult to achieve good sleep if your brain isn't hydrated, so I'm hoping that in a sort of holistic medicine kind of way, by putting the watermelon on your brain, we can remind your brain what hydration feels like, and it's going to do the rest of its work on its own to slowly fill up your skull from the bottom up with hydrating, cool, fresh water. The fresh water that can only be found inside of a human body, filling you up all the way to your head with something cool. Do you feel that at all? Or am I off right now? Hey, focus, because I want to know if this is going to work or not. I want to know if this works. I'm thinking that right now your thoughts might feel a little bit like this. Do your thoughts feel a little bit like this? Or are they more like this? Or perhaps are they like this? Which one of these pictures feels more like the inside of your head right now? Is it this one? Is it this one? Or is it this one? Very interesting. Let's see if you were correct about that. Let's open up your head and see if you were correct about how your brain feels right now. There she goes. And beautiful. Beautiful. To me, it looks like the inside of your head is more like this. More like this than any of the other proposed brain shapes. And yes, I can see some tension. I can see some tension right here that might be stopping you from getting a good sleep. Maybe I'll just put a couple drops of this right into these crevices. There we go. And that is going to feel warm. It will contrast the cool water. Does it feel warm? It should feel kind of like there's dynamic temperature in your brain right now, and like there is an interaction between the flow of warm and cold. This also causes high sensitization of the areas of contact. So these parts of your brain are going to be highly, highly, highly sensitive to any sort of stimulus right now. So what I'm thinking is, as this cooling, warming flow moves throughout your brain, I'm thinking what we should do next is just coat your brain in a peaceful darkness. Like so. This is going to create a cast around your head, effectively freezing all of your thoughts in place. Freeze. Frozen thoughts. No movement. No movement, no new thoughts, no old thoughts, no sense of time. Just frozenness. Frozenness. Shh, it's okay. I know it's weird being all the way over there when your brain is all the way over here, but I need you to identify with this, okay? And identifying with this means that right now you should be thinking absolutely no thoughts. Absolutely no thoughts. You should be thinking absolutely no thoughts. You should be thinking no thoughts at all. I don't want you to be thinking any thoughts at all. Absolutely no thoughts, because they're all frozen inside this blue cast. So your thoughts are frozen in place. And we're going to give them a little massage. A little massage to smooth things out. Flatten things out. And then we're going to start to let a little bit of light back in right on the sides. Right here. Right here. I'm gonna open this up. And we'll do the same right here. There we go. And now your brain is really all messy, and that's perfect. Because if I left all of this on your brain for too long of a time, you'd perish from the earth. And that's not what I want. That's not what I want from you today. I just want you to perish from this realm, which is to say, I want you to experience true peace and bliss. And just a little bit of this blue residue coating your brain is perfect for that kind of bliss. It is sort of an artificially created bliss, of course. You didn't have to work to achieve this enlightenment, but you did volunteer for me, which means so much, and is kind of like meditating for 10 years straight anyway. When it comes to how many people do it, I guess. I've had a really hard time finding volunteers recently for my mad scientist examinations. I'm really not mad. I just think that anything and everything should be explored. I think science should be unlimited. And as I scratch your brain, really pushing some of those little crystals into the crevices between your brain squiggles and wrinkles, I want you to know that you are being well taken care of here, and that, despite my reputation, I'm not mad at all, and I will respect this gift that you've given me of your brain. Let me get my fingers right in between your two hemispheres. Temporarily, while I do this, you might kind of feel a split in identity. Like right now you're one person, and then, oh, you're two people, and then boop, you're one person, which I'm sure is a little bit confusing, but I don't want you to fret about it, okay? Alright, now that I've pulled most of that cast off of your brain, I want to show you exactly what your brain looks like. So, this is the right side of your brain, and this is the left side of your brain. And as you can see, the left side of your brain still has some of this blue cast in it, right? And what that is going to do is obstruct your thoughts just a little bit as they pass back and forth through these two hemispheres. That path is going to be just a little bit more complicated. So your thoughts are going to be much slower, moving from like this kind of speed into something more like that kind of speed, which is very good because your brain moves too fast. Your brain moves a lot too fast, and it's not healthy. It's the thing that is stopping you from enjoying life. So, now that your thoughts are moving much more slowly, you will experience more peace in general and less identity fractures. Which is what we want for you. We want you to feel like a constant being. A constant being, not someone who can just be one person 1 second and then another person another second. So, now just to test the effectiveness of my work, I want you to tell me the names of 3 horses, 3 specific horses. Okay, very good. You couldn't think of 3 specific horses. That's excellent, because that means that your thoughts are moving slower than they were before. That's very good. Okay, now let's try another question. And I do want you to try and answer this. I'm just gonna cool this little section of your brain down a little bit because it looks like it's overheating. So I'm just gonna cool it down. And in fact, I'm also gonna warm it up with a little dot of that. There we go. Alright, now another question. When you don't have pockets, where do you put your hands? Good. You couldn't come up with an answer. That's exactly what I want. All right, now, just to make sure that you are preparing to go into a deep sleep, I'm going to put some more of this warming concoction in some of the deepest parts of your brain, okay? And I want you to feel this. Feel it. It's going to be right back here in the back of your cranium. And whenever I insert this into your brain, there's going to be such a peaceful, deep, slow warmth that you feel inside of your head, okay? Boom. 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 Did you feel that? Did it feel warm? It's okay if your thoughts are getting a little bit fuzzy. It's okay. That's to be expected. It would be completely reasonable right now if your thoughts looked something like this, where all of this simplicity is pushing through this old, complicated part of your brain. This is going to push through and dominate it and bring you into a peaceful state of sleep. Your thoughts might become a little circular thoughts, round and round your thoughts might go, or your thoughts might be a little bit more Soviet, building up and up and up in a straight line. Constructive thoughts with a clear goal and clear path. Your head might feel less like a shape and more like an armadillo. Something impenetrable from the outside and full of stupid within. Adorable stupid that we love. You can't really lead an armadillo to water, but it will drink when it gets thirsty if there's water in front of it. And that is what your brain must be like, now that your brain is split again. Allow me to, boop, put a dot of warmth there, doop, a dot of warmth there, warmth, pinpricks of summertime inside your little head, pinpricks of peace and light, peace and light, massaging your head because it really needs to relax, right? And now it smells kind of like a chamomile because there's also some chamomile in that dropper, which is very nice. Alright, now that your brain has been treated for thought having and that there are close to none left, let's put your cranium back on board and finish you off with a deep massage. How does that sound? Would you like a massage? A scalp scratch, 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 scratch. This is my trademarked cooling gel, and we're gonna use this to cool down your head again. This will also bring a lot of blood flow into your skull, which will help stimulate scalp regrowth and eventually even hair. So I'm gonna apply some pressure here with my thumbs, and I'm gonna move this pressure from the back of your head up this little bump right here, your crown, up to the front, and up to right above your eyebrows, and down your temples. Give your temples a little massage, and of course, I'll massage the insides of your eyes while I press my thumb right here. And pressing both of these places at the same time, as you know, causes massive headache relief. It's also cathartic for anger, to kind of gouge one's eyes out a little bit, but like in a nice way that feels good, because your eyes aren't here, just your sockets. Your eyes, of course, are right here, and right here, right there, and right there. So you don't really feel any of the pain when I press into your eyes like this. Just the relief of having a spot scratched that's never been scratched. Now it's time to be a vegetable, okay? Be a vegetable